This is the Jenny McCarthy Show on Sirius XM Stars.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg with the lovely Donnie Wahlberg.
Donald.
Donnie, how long have we been talking about our next guest? Since we met.
Since we met, every now and again, I go back and call up my Zodiac sign just to watch it one more time in all of its splendor.
She's a genius. I love her.
Except the parts that are not flattering, because then I don't want to watch those.
He's a Leo. Of course he'd say that.
Then I don't want to watch those.
Our next guest is Debra Silverman. She's got a book that I read, and I fucking love this book. I love it so much. Okay, The Missing Element, it's called. The book is available right now. She also has a website, Debra Silverman, astrology.com. I also follow her YouTube page, and she does daily astrology little messages. If you love astrology, if you want to know more about astrology, there's no better person than Debra Silverman. I promise you that. I wanted to have you back. I said, since this quarantine started, they said, is there anybody special you'd want? And I said, Debra Silverman. I have to know what's going on. There's something going on in the universe. Of course, I'm Scorpio, so I want to go deep into things.
She wants to go deep into her, deep into herself. She wants to go.
Into me, I see. But I want to know about this, the energy, the collective energy that we're all feeling. What's going on?
Well, you guys, I want to eat what you had for breakfast or lunch or dinner. How'd you get like that? How'd you get like that?
Water. We're not even drinking tonight.
I know.
Okay, here's the answer to the question. This is the famous question. If I get asked this one more time, is there an astrological explanation? Yes. Did something change that hasn't happened in 30 years? Yes. Did it occur in March? Saturn's in Aquarius. That means that right now, Saturn describes, it's a planet with all the rings. Give her a ring. How's that song go? Mm-hmm. Put a ring on it. I know you know the song.
Yeah.
Really, really like it.
You like it, then you should have put a ring on it.
Yep.
Bingo. That's Saturn. Will you remember it now?
Yep.
Saturn has and Saturn is old and he's serious and he's grumpy and he teaches us lessons and he's like, you're not learning. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So we weren't learning, and it entered Aquarius, and he said, okay, that's it. We're done. It's the last 2.5 years it's been in Capricorn. The government was breaking. We did not learn how to be kind to each other. So now they're breaking the structure, and even money will not solve this problem. Unusual. This is the first problem we've had as a universal problem around the planet. Money will not solve it. You know what solves it? Stop, be quiet, and love. Good answer.
Yeah.
Saturn entered Aquarius. We're in the future now. Look around the house. You're inside of a small space. We're not in the same universe we were in before. You are now isolated with just those people that are driving you crazy by now, but too bad. Because you're going to learn about kindness and you're going to learn about self-containment, and you live in cyberspace, and we are in the future. Ready, set, go.
Wow. That was
We're in the future.
Okay, does that mean someday we're all going to be like living in small spaceships? So we better get used to it or something?
It does mean that we are living in cyberspace. Tell the truth.
She takes it to spaceships, but
I go. You know me. I go into.
She goes there.
But there's some truth to it. Saturn's in Aquarius. There is truth that we are going to have alternate ways of communicating, transporting. We are not going to be in the same world we were in. She's right. I mean, it's a little weird, the spaceship idea.
No,
but
it's not
you're on the
weird
right
to me.
She's on the right street. We are breaking the bondage of the old system. We are not good at transitions. We hate them. We did not know how to stop and listen because we're so arrogant. How'd they get us to our knees? A little teeny, tiny little virus.
It's amazing.
The only way they could get us. But thank you for not hurting the kids. That's what I keep saying.
Oh, right, exactly. Talking to Debra Silverman. What about ways in which we can make this transition easier? Some tools.
So in my book, The Missing Element, which, by the way, if you order it from my website, I will send you your chart inside the book. The first chapter is crisis. Did you think that's like, how did I get that? The first chapter is crisis. The only way we wake up is in pain. Oh, wow, Deb, you wrote that book when? We wake up in the pain body. Everything's wrong. And then we ask ourselves, how do I perform under crisis? Am I water and I retreat and I contract and I want to stay home and be quiet, drink a little bit extra and find myself quiet? And I like this little game. I call this is introvert's birthday party the last 6 weeks. They think they're at home. Or am I air, like someone we know in this room, who wants to talk all the time and socialize and communicate and research and get on the computer and talk about spaceships because they're so fascinated by all this and they get lost in their head? That would be the air people. Careful. They talk too much and they don't often listen to their own voice.
That's true.
Careful.
Or are we Earth person where we're so practical? We went to Costco and bought 65 gallons of Windex and all that Costco stuff because you're so concerned to be safe and you're saving the money under the bed and you're worried. Earth people, you're trying to control. We're out of control.
Wow.
And the last category is fire people. He's nodding his head. The super funny ones, they're loud, they're boisterous, they're so physical, they have got to get outside or else they have a temper and they start bossing everyone around. And you know when they're around because you're feeling like, don't look at him. So there's 4 personality types. There's water that retreat. They get quiet. They don't want to talk and they feel really moody. There's air that can't stop talking. They get themselves all entertained, but they get dippy. The earth ones are trying to control the shit out of us. Is that okay to swear? And they're in control about all money, practicality, organization. And then there's the fire ones going, I'm having so much fun. I don't even care. I'm going outside now. You want to come?
Now, you can have combinations of both.
Yes. And you want to figure out which one you're missing, which is why the book is the missing element. So if you can't do water and you can't be sensitive right now and you can't cry, which by the way, you should be, because there's a lot of people in pain, or if you can't talk and you're not communicating and you're not sharing air, you're not doing any research or learning anything or writing about this, or if you're not being practical and your house is a mess, earth, and you're not getting the Windex out and you don't care about taking control, or fire, you've lost your juju, you're not having the orgasm, you're not cleaning up and having fun while you're doing it, you're not being loud, then you've got to figure out your missing element, put it back into the equation and
About bones.
magic.
Right?
Yeah.
It just resonates.
Because I feel like I
That's so true.
flow through the elements. I do.
You
I feel like I
should.
flow through
That's
the
the game.
elements. And and whenever when it's a negative journey through the element, I don't like it. I have to get connected.
You know what? This
That's
is going to be
exactly-
one of our bathtub reads together. We get in
No,
the tub.
this is we've interviewed.
This book is so good.
We've interviewed people for the last 3 weeks. We just told the last guest, you may or may not have heard it. Every book, every TV show, everything that's been promoted on Jenny's show for the last 3.5 weeks has seemed the perfect timing is during this quarantine. However, this
It's
theory
the
and
best tool.
concept is the one that I'm saying yes.
It's the tool. It's the tool we
Saturn
need right now.
kicked us in the ass.
That grumpy bastard. That grumpy son of a bitch.
This is the new dawning of the age of Aquarius.
It's happening right now today. Oh my God, that was so funny. And here's the deal. This is the oldest wisdom brought to us by all the elders and the ancestors. The 4 directions, American Indians, looking at the 4
Yes.
directions and honoring, the 4 noble truths by the Buddhists, the 4 sacred worlds by the Jews, and Hawaiian, whole cultures based on the 4 elements. What's going to last when this whole movie's over? The water, the air, the
Yes.
earth, and the fire. So we must align ourselves with those timeless beings that are waiting for us to get back on our knees and say, I'm sorry, I was so busy. I forgot to take a deep breath. Let's do it.
I know. I told you my soul was yearning. I literally heard your voice when I said, who do I get this to do the message? And I was like, Debra Silverman. I'm not kidding. That is it. It is. It's the message. And this is the book. I'm going to plug it again because you guys listening, if you're listening to this right now, it means you're supposed to get it because this is the tool that we need to be working on right now. The Missing Element.
Yes.
I should have brought my
You know the
notes. I need to take
subtitle?
notes.
You know what the subtitle is? Compassion for the human condition. Because every human being right now is stressed. All human condition, everywhere across this planet, we are in pain and we're scared. And that's when you have to find what element you can bring in to be the one to serve, to lift it up, to have faith, to feel safe. I'm here to make you feel safe. That's what I tell everyone to say every day. Look around and say to your family, I'm here to make you feel okay. How can I help? One sentence. How can I help you today? I'm so sorry we're in this terrible situation, but I'm the grown up here. How can I help you, kids? How can I help you, honey?
So I shouldn't say, put your fucking dishes in the dishwasher. Is that what you're saying?
See, that's when the real self shows up. This is what I'm trying to say. So when the pressure is on and you see how you respond, it rhymed. When the pressure's on, you see how you respond. You have a free will button called the observer. This is what my book's about. You look at yourself and you go, wow, I'm getting so impatient. I'm wanting him to do all the dishes because I just want to get mad at him. Oh, that's interesting. You don't necessarily change the behavior to start with. You just start watching yourself from the place of compassion.
Yes.
And then you just say to each other when either one of you are being huffy, you'd say to the other one, is your observer on? Are you watching yourself right now? Because you're acting like an idiot. Well, you don't say that part.
Yeah. Yeah, that won't go over well in this house.
No.
We do.
But the first part will. The observer will.
I must say we do a pretty decent job. You're the best partner I've ever had we are able to check out our observers more so than others. It's true. It really is true.
That's the sign of that's healthy.
Yeah.
I will say the Leo in me is like, yeah, I'm the best partner you ever had. That's it. That's it. That's the best I get right there in front of us.
Oh my God, he loved that in front of everybody. Tell us another story about him that you really like.
Come on. That's what I'm saying, Debra. Let's go.
Come on, give us one.
Tell me how great I am.
Just give us a small one. Hurry, let's go.
Come on, because I love everyone as long as they love me.
He knows videos.
That is so
Donnie's also really good in bed. He's also
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I know. That's funny that you've got
Scorpio. Where did you go? How did you get there so fast? The Scorpio went right to sex.
I did.
Didn't waste any time.
I know. You're right.
See how this is when the observer's on. You go, wow, that's interesting. My first thought, because everyone has automatic knee-jerk responses. The Leo needs attention and the Scorpio wants sex. It's just how it goes down here.
That is
not
so
a bad thing.
Bizarre. No, but it is bizarre. But it's about balance.
And the Leo wants attention, and the Scorpio wants sex. And when the Scorpio starts talking about the sex, the Leo goes, "Stop talking about sex. You're hogging up all the attention."
Oh my God, that was so honest. That's what I love about Leos. They just say exactly what they're thinking without a filter. The two of you could be dangerous or funny.
We're good. Good.
There was, to just tap on Leo for a second, because I think we'll all agree he'd like that. There was a part in her rendition of the Leo that always got you. It was about being nice to people or helpful to people because it would make you feel. Do you know what I'm talking about? That part?
Well, the whole thing is sort of about that. The whole thing is about.
You talked about it before. You're like, okay, here comes my Leo or something like that.
No, I think I said it a minute ago. It's like it's because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good. It's about me.
It's so honest. You're so honest. That is the honest truth. You can go see those funny videos, you guys, on YouTube. You just put in my name, Debra Silverman, and then your sign. Like if you put in Scorpio. Scorpio's my favorite one, by the way. I'm a wannabe.
Scorpio's good. It's good.
So where you go with it, and you're just like, it's just that.
Ooh, I
go deep into the occult. I'm like, yes, that's so me.
I've probably rolled over in bed 100 times and looked at her looking up some insanity on the computer and gone, oh my God, this is the Scorpio video manifest right in front of my eyes.
Right in front of your eyes. Well, the good news is everybody's their sign. So here's the deal. You can't get rid of you. There's no divorce in heaven. You're stuck with you for the rest of time. You may as well study you now because ready? The Aquarian age has astrology center stage. I made it up. The Aquarian age has astrology at center stage. Why? Because in the future, you must be yourself. There's no more pretending anymore. The authenticity thing's up. We get to spill our beans. And the more you're yourself, the more your power shows up. Pretending and squishing and holding in is what makes people sick. So
can I tell you that I feel that? I feel that energy.
Oh my, you are so funny. Then you just did Scorpio again. I know. You felt it. You feel it in your body.
I do. I absolutely feel it in my body. I do have another question too about, and this is probably very Scorpio related, but as part of the collective and the power of our co-creating collectively, I sometimes think to myself, okay, I have to think positively because I'm part of the collective and I don't want to mess up the collective, because if we're all in a more positive, consciousness, we can co-create in a better world, basically. So how do you do that when you're also confined to a box of your lessons and your work right now and still tap into positivity?
It's a great question. You have to be honest and admit you're scared. You have to have a best friend or a journal to detox. You can't go straight and bypass and pretend you're spiritual because you're living in these small circumstances. Eventually you're going to pop. So there's no pretense. You've got to spill your beans. You got to keep your heart open. If it's journaling, if it's a best friend, if it's getting on the phone with someone and just saying, I call it air conditioning. I just want to complain for a little bit. And then you stop and you say, now let me lift this up. I'm really thankful. I just wanted to dump that. I'm back now. But you can't bypass it and skip the negativity. If you're scared, water. If your air is really confused and your mind is driving you nuts.
Fact.
If you're really worried about money and security, or you're really feeling like you're not feeling alive anymore, you're losing your juju, say it out loud and then change the story, change the narrative, lift it up and ask the question, how can I be of service today? That if I promise you, if you use that single question, it will keep your day focused.
It's a fact for us. We've actually lived this, exactly what you just described. The first whole week of this, we were just chugging along and pretending and ignoring the fear. And we started to not be getting along all of a sudden. And we're both like, we want to be spiritual, and we try our best, and we do a lot of work together, and we love each other so much, and we're like, wait, in our ego suddenly like, wait a minute, we're not going to be these fighting couples during this quarter. We're better than that.
Our observers
My
are usually
Leo was
on.
like, no way am I going to face this reality that I can't get along with my wife. I'm better than everyone in their relationship. But we finally talked, and I was like, I'm really worried. I'm a part owner of 30 something restaurants. They're closed. This is a disaster, and this is happening, and this is happening, and we have employees, and I'm scared, and I never can admit that I'm scared. And it just helped us snap right forward. We stopped being scared. We started being more present, and we leaned into each other, and we reconnected. And that's passed. Now, it hasn't been perfect. We've had a few little hippity bips because they happen, but that was a major turning point in our relationship, in that this thing that none of us experienced before, we just tried to go status quo and be like, it's all going to be fine. We're spiritual. We're great. We're deep. And no, it didn't work. It did not fucking work.
We must be human together. That's what life just asked of us. Everybody together on our knees, stop, hold hands, and say, I'm scared. Then, that's what you just explained it. Once you discharge it and you say it out loud and you become authentic with the other, it's so warm and fuzzy in there. Like, I'm so glad you're here with me. I wouldn't want to be alone. Yeah. And for those that are alone, you can say to someone, I'm really scared. Journal, write, call somebody. You know that snail mail still works? I keep telling people I've been putting things in the mail, like little presents and stickers and colored pens. I know, because no one even thinks about it. There's ways to slow down time and be nice again, because that vulnerability you just spoke to, it's scary. Nothing's going to be the same, you guys. I hope nothing's the same.
Me too. And I definitely feel like we're about to enter a new, hopefully, golden age again. That would be nice.
Where we slow down and we start using our feet again, and we remember to take a deep breath. And we remember what it is to hug, to really hug. Mm-hmm. I mean, I miss hugging. I didn't know I'd miss hugging like this.
Right. You're right. And just being your authentic self for real, because you won't be, the veil has been lifted. I know my hands.
I miss hugging.
And I know. See, that's the tender water. You're doing water right now. I love water. I love Leos because they tell the truth, and they even admit when they're all mean and stuff.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. We growl when we do it. It's terrible. Can I say one thing about this book and how people should buy it?
Yes.
Can I? Because I don't use. I let Jenny sell the book, but I'm going to sell the book to all, especially the guys out there. Watch Debra's videos on YouTube about the zodiac signs. Don't watch your sign first. Watch your partner. And watch a few friends who you notice their idiosyncrasies and they annoy you sometimes. Get a little insight into them first. You'll laugh. You'll go, ooh, I didn't know that's what it really is. Watch those videos. Then, after you've done that, with a grain of salt, watch yourself and know there'll be one line in there. Because in the Leo, it says, unless I'm spiritually evolved, then it's okay. Because that's the thing. So I say, see, I'm just going to keep working on being spiritually evolved, and then I can do these same Leo behaviors, but do them better from a pure place of love and true giving, in the true spirit of what you've talked about this entire conversation, of going to the next level with no bullshit, right? So if you do those things, you're going to be desperate to read this fucking book right now to get you through this quarantine and prepare you for what's coming next. That's what I'm talking about.
I want a drum roll, please. Whoa! Woo! I mean, really.
Right? Drop the
recording this.
That was
I know, that was really impressive. I just want to record
really
that thing and hear it again. Ooh.
Well, guess what? We're going to play it on YouTube and Instagram and all those social media sites.
Yes,
so
this
everybody
book is this. I know it.
Thank you so much. That's so nice of you, Donnie. It's
true.
really my passion. My passion. You know what my passion is? Compassion. If we could just realize that we're all screwed up together, maybe we'd be nicer to each other. Everyone's doing the best they can. I swear to you.
It's true. It really is true. And if you guys are feeling like, God, I need a tool right now. I need a tool. This is it. The missing element. It helps you figure out what you are missing. It helps give you that balance. The book is available now. You can also go on her website, DebraSilvermanAstrology.com. I am getting on that course.
I'm going to send it to you. Honestly.
All right.
Jenny,
please.
How do I get that to you?
As soon as we go to commercial break, I'm going to give you my email, which I think you have.
I'm going to write it down in my black black book.
All right, good. So we go to commercial break. I'm going to give it to you. Debra Silverman, thank you for helping us. Thank you for having that compassion. I'm so grateful. You can tell I love you so much. And I just cannot wait to talk to you again and again and again and again and again. I'm so glad I know you.
And everybody be nice. Even if you're being miserable, then tell someone out loud, I'm sorry, I'm being grumpy. And then as soon as you tell the truth, voila.
Boom.
So true.
Boom. Drop the mic again. Do it. I like when he did that. Oh my God, that was so good. I like the Leo drama part. They just never make anything boring. You never have to feel like if the Leo's in the room, you're like, watch that guy.
Totally. I don't have to do anything at a party. I get to sit in the corner and he can do it all. And I love it.
If the Leo's in the room, you don't even have to say, watch that guy, because the Leo will say, watch me.
I gave him a present for our anniversary. I think it was like our second anniversary or first anniversary, which was a kite. And I wrote that he's the kite and I'm the string. And like, I don't want to get all up and be like, woo, even though I love it in my work, but behind the scenes, I just want to hold the string and I want him to fly and be flappy.
What if every partner said that to their partner? I just want to be your kite and I want to give you permission to go as high as you want and I'll stay right here. Happy birthday. You are giving the example of what it is to actually know how relationships work. Can we have an applause again? Yeah. Thank you.
Yep. And then the flip side is, as the kite, I had to say, what does this mean? Is this a trap? Is she trying to trick me? What does this mean? But I really just wanted to know that she really would hold the string. Because, okay, if I'm meant to fly and float up in the air and spread little love balls of joy everywhere, don't let go of the string, because I don't want to let go. I don't want you to let go. I want to be connected with you. I want this relationship to be, and you make me fly higher. And that's what's happened.
And what every man wants, what everybody wants, is to be accepted as they are. And so to really love someone, to genuinely say, fly, I want you to be you at all costs. Do you know what liberation that is? That is the true definition. The person you can be alone with and quiet, sitting right next to them. The person you can fly with and not feel them bring you down.
Yeah, and that comes with age and wisdom. Exactly. Debra Silverman, I love you. The missing element.
I love
you guys can tell she's amazing. The book is out now.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go to commercial break and then I'm going to leave you with my phone number, my address, my everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Send it all.
Okay.
Buy the
Should
book.
I stay right here?
Yeah, stay right there.
Buy the book, The Missing Element, in My 4 Easy Steps. Watch the videos first of your friends and loved ones, then watch you, then buy the book.
We'll be right back.
Oh my God, this guy's my favorite.